That ranking right there is pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
with all this garbage
We
up there.
jumped 9, we jumped
And I
9.
don't understand why it's
We
there.
jumped 7%, 9
I look,
rankings. That's pretty good.
I find something on too.
You've got
I've been
Who's those two teachers?
Well, one of them's name is Tracy Jones.
You're getting way past my pay grade now.
now who's having laptop issues? Say something else.
No, I saw this today, and I want to tell you.
Mark, you got a big order. I didn't know what that was.
He's,
So he's way past my pay grade.
he's well.
See, his is up there, and I'm here to fix.
I've seen
I tell you what,
probably somewhere where it's cool.
I could live with that much. It's got 30
that's the
degrees
worst
out.
human being I've ever seen in my life.
Well, these are your shorts, like a belt. Yeah, I don't know why these.
Yes.
We're about starved.
Yeah. Hey, Rick,
Yes.
Look at these little
you
kids.
got 3 teachers back there.
Well, I lost a board meeting.
Oh, I know.
I got 3 teachers where?
In the back row. She's back there at high.
Could the teachers in the very back rows straighten up? Miss Compton, Miss Seaton.
Thank you.
Getting a little rowdy back in the back.
Well, I opened up, opened it up.
Hey,
Getting a little rowdy up here,
thank
too.
you, but I'll pay for that.
Yeah, she's there to do it.
Okay, we'll wait just a second. Larry gets on this. We must be really having some issues with the.
Yeah, it is. It started with mine.
Okay.
It's hard to have you been here.
Yeah, I mean, I went straight because I'm the man. I don't struggle. I
I don't even know
like the rest of the people.
This thing is one thing, you mess it up so bad.
I know I don't look like much, but we'll get started. We have a little technical problem going on, so we'll get it right.
Oh, no, we're just playing.
Okay.
We're just playing.
You just
Go
play.
ahead, Rick.
You just play it. Have we got them all? All right, everybody on and good. Yeah. All right. On to welcome you to the Greene County Board of Education meeting. If we all could stand, and Mr. Larry Compton's going to do the pledge, and Stacy Franklin's going to do Gary, excuse me. I was talking Larry Bible. I'm sorry, sir. Gary Compton.
I pledge allegiance to
If you don't mind, bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you, dear Lord, for letting us be here today. I thank you for the safety of each and every person that's got here today, dear Lord. Dear Lord, I ask you to go out to each and every school this year and just bless it, dear Lord. Bless these teachers, dear Lord, as they prepare students, dear Lord, for the future they have ahead. Dear Lord, just thank you, dear Lord, for letting us be able to be in here and help keep the school systems going correctly, dear Lord. I ask you to watch over us and bless us. Help us make the wise decisions we need to make to be best in your interest, dear Lord. Just thank you again for all the love and blessings you give us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. First up is a presentation celebration is TCAP Perfect Scores, and I think Ms. Myers is going to do the presentation, and Mr. Stacy Franklin is going to hand out some awards.
So we have several presentations tonight, and we want to recognize students and our students' teachers. Each spring, our students take the TCAP assessment in 3rd through 8th grade. And we have several students who scored a perfect score on our TCAP assessment, and this is a great accomplishment for them. So we have students we're going to recognize tonight. We would like for the student to come forward, and Mr. Franklin is going to give you a medal. And then we would like for their teacher, if you would, to please stand. And students, once you come up, if you would please just remain up front, because we do want to get a picture of all of you together before you have a seat.
Leanne, Miss Myers, I want to say this.
Yes.
This is the most I believe we've ever had to have a perfect score. Generally, we'll have 3 or 4, but this is a big deal. And so to receive this honor is huge for a perfect score on a standardized test. So it's a big deal.
So our first student is from Bayleton Elementary, 5th grade, Kyrie Stevens, and the teacher is Virginia Myers. Kyrie? Our next student is from Canton Creek Elementary, 2nd grade, a perfect score in math, Taylor Woolsey, and the teacher is Kim Seaton. Our next student is from Chucky Doak Middle School, 7th grade, perfect score in math, Ella Bogman, and the teacher is Jennifer Tipton. We have 3 more students from Chucky Doak Middle who will be coming next month. They do have a ball game tonight, and they requested to come next month, so we'll recognize them then. Our next student is a 3rd grade student from Doak Elementary with a perfect score in math, Jemina Milakovic, thank you. Our next student is a 5th grade student from Doak with a perfect score in math, Jacob Hubbard, and the teacher is Mindy Kennedy. Next we have Doak student in 5th grade with another perfect score in math. Student is Allie Self, and the teacher is Mindy Kennedy. Our next student, a Doak student from 4th grade with a perfect score in science. The student is Colt Wampler, and the teacher is Stacy Hutchall.
Okay.
Next, we have a student from Mossheim Elementary in 3rd grade with a perfect score in math. We have Isaac Johnson, and the teacher is Larry Kelton. Next, we have Nola Chucky student from 2nd grade with a perfect score in math, Brooklyn Broyles, and the teacher is Ashley Grizzle. Our next student is a 3rd grade student from Nola Chucky with a perfect score in math, Tyler Miracle, and the teacher is Marcy Compton.
He's excited.
Good cause to skip.
Good job, young man.
Alright, and our final student tonight is our only middle school student with a perfect score from North Greene Middle, 8th grade student with a perfect score in science. Our only middle school student that is here tonight with a perfect score in science, and that is Ava Foster. Ava. And her teacher So if we can have you all kind of squeeze together and step out just a little, step out a little bit. Squeeze together, and my friends right here that are leaders, can I have you come back around?
I think, you got them, Lee? Guys, that's a big accomplishment, so let's give them another hand. And congratulations to all the teachers too. That's an outstanding job. Outstanding. Everybody got? Okay, I'm gonna make some of you happy. If you would like to, we'll take a moment so you can leave. You won't have to stay for all.
Not you, Miss Wampler. Miss Wampler.
Hey, tell Miss Compton she got to
Please
stay.
sit down.
Miss Compton, Miss Compton, Miss Seaton, Miss Compton, Miss Seaton.
Oh, they're running. No, they're gone.
Yeah, we'll take a second. Yeah, absolutely. Good to see you, Coach Sauceman.
It'll cool down.
Call him baby.
Good job. Good job, Betsy.
Hey, baby. Coach. Hey, Jimbo.
Coach Sauceman, if you'll take Tommy with you, we'd all appreciate it. All right. We need a bus driver.
You used to drive.
No.
That didn't take him long, did it?
Place right here, just about.
Oh,
Yeah, they all
Well.
left, didn't they?
we.
Hey, you got the place by yourself back there.
Oh my
Now
God.
they moved
You
it.
talk about
Can't blame them.
clearing a room. Yeah, buddy. What about that?
there with all your buddies.
Can somebody sit on this side of poor old Steve? Look at it.
Dustin's here.
Dustin sat
I
back there
can't
by
sit
himself.
with you.
Oh my God. Well, I guess all the excitement was over in it. Okay, just us and hello Amy and us and Amy and Jennifer here to Jennifer WGRV and Amy for Greenville Sun. Thank you for being here and welcome. First up is approve agenda, including the consent agenda and addendum. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mark,
Second.
second by Minnie,
Third by Gary.
third by Gary. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Okay, I don't see the GCEA representative, so we'll have that. Any board reports? Okay, Ms. Kayla, looks like you're up with the budget report. I like your helper there. She's a good one. Listen, she's being quiet.
Okay, so it's been a little while since I've been up here. So in June, Finance Department completed 126 purchase orders, 211 this July. June is a very, very, very busy month. We issued 964 accounts payable checks and just 313 in July. June, we complete all of our or the payroll department completes all of our deferred payrolls. If anyone ever wants to know how that works someday, I will tell you, but it's kind of complicated. So we do all of our payrolls for the summertime for teachers whose pay is deferred before the end of the year. Let's see. So you know, our fiscal year 2023, it has to be closed in our accounting books by the end of this month. I actually hope to do that tomorrow. Our new budgets have been uploaded to the system. And your July local option sales tax is $872,975.36. Does anybody have any questions? And you all know, email, come by my office anytime. Do you have any questions?
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
Anyone? Thank you, Ms. Kayla.
I just wanna thank you for
Thank
helping us
you.
out. You do a good job, thanks.
All right, next up is Dr. Ripley with a personnel report. Does anyone have any specific questions for Dr. Ripley? Looks like we have a few there, a few.
I want to say, like I said, I commend you for getting all this taken care of. I mean, there's a lot of new hires.
Yep.
It's a lot of work.
It's probably been, I should have to say, busiest hiring season I can remember.
Blew my mind when I seen all them.
Well done.
Was it 50, Bill? Was it 50 new?
It's more than that. Karen keeps saying 71.
Oh,
And I think some of those could have been hires that didn't stay and went on somewhere else.
right.
I think they have about 60 that are in the picture.
Mm.
60.
Any other questions or comments?
A lot of people.
All right, next up is food service.
Man, it feeds us.
Good evening.
Hello.
What's been going on? We're excited to begin our 8th school year serving the Greene County schools and the Greene County community. We have begun the school year fully staffed. All 23-24 back-to-school trainings are complete and looking for exciting new ways to serve the students. One example we opened the school year with, all 4 high schools running our new and improved Stowe Deli program. So we've run student choice at some of the high schools. We've run Discovery Kitchen, and we elected to open up all 4 schools this year running the Stowe Deli sub bars. And we can't keep up staff. They're flying off the shelves. Mr. Cobble's got his thumbs up. They're very, very popular at Pacheco High
They're
School.
very popular.
I was up there the other day working the sub bar, and they're loving it. So all 4 schools opened up under Stowe Deli, and they're really, really enjoying the Subway bar. So
They're a lot cheaper than Jersey Mike's too.
yeah, absolutely. $3.25 as long as you get all the components. What to look forward to? Just mentioned we were open with an exciting change to our high school lunch program. Along with that change, we're also looking at Discovery Kitchen in the elementary schools. Student choice coming to the middle schools in school year 23-24. I know some of y'all have been involved with student choice. It's one of the programs that the kids love the most at the middle school and high school, just giving them the option. Sometimes I'll visit with students and they'll have a fast food bag or a bag from home, and I'll ask, why are you not eating here? And they'll say, well, I just don't like anything on the menu. And so I'll say, well, now you can make the choice. So we're gonna run this program and you choose what's on the menu, and you know, they kind of put the choices in their hand. They really enjoy that. So we're gonna do that at the middle schools and this school year, as well as Discovery Kitchens in the elementary schools. As we're always looking forward to being partners throughout the community, again, Chef Kurt and I will be featured at Rural Resources famous Fabulous Dinner downtown September 9th. Kurt will be the featured chef once again, and one day a year I agree to be his sous chef, and that's it. I'm gonna help him with that as well. So financial reporting you see right there, through June, total surplus 188,629. So I had a great summer, a lot of good fish throughout the summer, and that's where we ended the summer at, and I'll roll July and August together. Typically that's what I do the first of the school year, so we'll be seeing that at the next meeting. But does anybody have any questions? Okay, thank you all.
Next up is the director's report.
I'd like to start out by saying that we've had a great start to our 23-24 school year, even though the weather has not been very cooperative. Storms, flooding, and now the heat. You know, we've trying to keep our air conditioners going. Hopefully this heat gives in next Monday a little bit. But every year it seems as if we're starting school sooner and sooner. But also, I have many positive items to report. We as a district are extremely happy that we, Greene County Schools, are once again a level 5 school district for growth. That's 7 straight years that we've been able to accomplish that. We did miss the 19-20 school year for testing due to COVID. This year we have 6 schools that are level 5 schools. That's the 4 middle schools, North Greene High School and South Greene High School. This is a tribute to our hardworking faculty and staff within our district, as well as the support from our board members and central office staff. Also, right before this meeting, I received a report from Mia Hyde, which heads what we call CER. That's Comprehensive Educational Research. There's about 21, 22 districts that's a part of that. We utilize case data within that, and she basically does a lot of research on test scores. And I did forward you a copy of what she sent me just a few hours before this meeting. And you know, when you look at this, you've got the year to the far left and the pass rate, percentage rate. If you look at that, in 2015, now this is ELA and math together. This is the copy right here if you've got a copy of it. Basically, you say, well, Dave McLean, you all dropped from 44 down to 32. Well, I'll argue the point that standards changed. The fence got moved further back at that time. But you see in 15, we were ranked 110th out of 146 school districts, 144, 146. And this past year's data, now we're ranked 55. I think that is personally pretty amazing what we've accomplished in Greene County Schools in the last 8 years, going from being ranked 110th up to 55. So we're extremely proud of that in this office, but I felt like that was something need to be shared with you guys, that we're continuing to show improvement all across the board within our school district. So, anybody have any questions on that?
Now, let's pass rate, is that, when it says 38.5 and we're 55th, is that the ones that did not pass, or is that?
That's 38% that passed based on their data, Stacy, where they set the guidelines for, you got below, you got approaching, you got on grade level, and you got mastery. So used to maybe you had 50 questions, you know, you got 25 out of 50 right, then you were on grade level. Now it might be 30 or 35. So that's where the bar has continued to go up. Even though our pass rate's gone down, where we rank in the state has certainly improved. So we're extremely proud of that. I don't know if that answered your questions. I got 3 people back there a lot smarter than I am, could probably do a better job answering that than I can. But anybody have any other questions on that? Also, I'd like to thank all those involved in the Back to School Bash that took place on July the 29th at Chuggy Doak High School. Each year this event seems to grow. Many Greene County students benefit from these much needed supplies. I'd also like to give a special thanks to all those involved in our opening day in-service on August the 2nd at South Greene High School. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors and vendors that took part in the event, as well as our keynote speaker, Inky Johnson. I have had many teachers inform me that this is the best opening in-service that they've ever attended. In reference to enrollment, we ended last year with 5,840 students, and we're starting this year at 5,794. Last year we started up around 50 students, and this year we're starting down around 46. On an interesting note, this is very interesting, I thought, when I was looking at this information. Birth rates in Greene County in the years between 2000 and 2009, each year was over 700. From 2010 to 2022, birth rates have all been in the 600s. And this past year, 2022, we had the third lowest in that span of a 23 years was 609 births. And just comparable at 2000, year 2000 was the highest, and that's over a 23-year period was 781. So basically, like I said, for 9 years there, we were in the 700s. But from 2010 to 22, we've been in the 600s. And year 2000, we had as many as 781. Last year, we had 609. Also, announcements, we'll be having our TSBA Fall Conference next Monday at the new Westridge High School in Sullivan County. And we'll also be having our board retreat on Tuesday, September the 5th at 6 p.m. at the Chucky Doak Middle School Library. Once again, thanks for allowing me to serve as director for Greene County Schools.
Any comments or questions? See, Chucky Doak Middle, they started laying block Tuesday.
Yes. Yes, they did. They're laying block.
Any comments or questions?
No, my back's killing me. Really.
Any other comments?
But you gotta do what you gotta do.
You just gotta do what you gotta do, Tommy.
Hello, buddy, man.
Any committee reports? All right, moving on to old business. Approved policies on second reading. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Gary? Second by Stacy. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. All right, move to new business, no policies, no procedures. We'll move to C, a motion to approve Nicole Wagner and Dr. Mike, is that Beaudry to teach dual enrollment at ETSU. Have a motion?
So moved.
Minnie,
Second.
second by Tommy.
Thomasina.
Yeah. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion to approve policy 1.404, appeals to and appearances before the board on single reading. Have a motion?
So moved.
Mark?
Second.
Second?
Second.
Tommy, any questions or comments?
Rick, I'll comment just a little bit. As you know, state law now says you have to have a public comment area in your agenda. We will have that on there next month. This basically started July the 1st, but the only thing we changed in our policy and procedure is that the central office here is notified if somebody wants to be placed on the agenda. And in the old policy and procedure, it was actually, we had to be notified the Friday before the meeting on Thursday. Well, the problem is some people needs time now to see this agenda. So basically, we changed that to 2 days before the meeting. So the agenda will go out on Friday. People will have an opportunity to look at the agenda and then let us know before the end of business day on Tuesday whether or not they want to be placed on the agenda. So that's the only changes to this policy and procedure. Yes, Tommy?
Do you have to put them on the agenda if they request to be, no matter who it is?
Yeah, that's probably, I don't know if we have to, but that's discussion me and Rick can have. But I don't know by law if we have to, but you have to have a public comment. Maybe you want to comment on that too, Rick?
Well, I think
I wish I hadn't asked that question.
we've never turned anyone down before.
No, I'm not aware that we've ever turned anybody down that's done it the right way.
Yeah, I don't, this, you know, I think.
I've seen people come in and try to speak and not
Well,
go.
Tommy, within our policy,
Yeah.
your board chairman has the authority to allow someone to speak. And then the board has the right to 2/3 vote to override him allowing somebody to speak. That's in your policy now. So,
Or allow more than 5 minutes if we vote to allow more time.
yeah, I mean, we've had people come in before, but they weren't on the agenda, you know? So now this gives them an opportunity to see the agenda. And then if it's an agenda item, they will be put at the front of the meeting to speak. And then if they're not on the agenda item, You know, and he basically allows them to speak. That's up to Rick as the chairman. Then they would go towards the end. That's in our policy and procedures to go towards the end of the meeting. Did I say that correctly, Rick? Is that correct?
That's correct, and I think, Tom, to answer your question, I think there's only been 3 instances where we had 3 persons that didn't follow the previous rules,
right.
and I didn't allow them to speak. But they came back the next meeting after following the procedures.
Right.
So I would just quickly comment, we've always had a public comment period in our agenda.
Yes.
We're simply moving down the time beforehand to fill out the paperwork and get on the agenda.
Yes, sir, because we just didn't have the time to get, you know, our previous policy had to have it in a week ahead of time, and you know, you only get the agenda a week ahead of time,
Yeah,
so.
like you said, this is
Yeah.
allowed more.
And actually, a piece to this law is even better for the public, because when Trina sends out the agenda, we have to make a note of that to the press, if they feel someone wants to speak on an agenda item, of telling them how to do that. Am I correct on that, Trina? So
Yes.
we have to give that information out, so it's actually a lot better than what's in place now for someone to speak to the board.
Right now, we get our agenda a week ahead of time. Will you, Trina, will there be some way you can notify us in 2 days?
If someone requests, yes, I can
Okay.
send you guys information on it.
That we wouldn't just be.
An amendment wouldn't,
Surprised. Yeah.
3 days just being an amendment.
But that's all this is just complying with the new law that happened in July.
One of the 17,000.
Yes, sir. One of the 1,700. 1,000, yeah. Any further comments or questions? All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion to approve procedure 1.404, Exhibit A, request to appear before the Greene County Board of Education. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I've got Larry and Mark. Any comments or questions? This is just the form, goes along with what we've, the appeals. Any further comments or questions? Not, all in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion to approve 2.804, Exhibit B, official claim for travel within county, and 2.804, Exhibit D, claim for travel expenses out of county travel.
So moved.
I'm sorry?
So moved.
Oh, Gary,
Second.
Minnie, any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion to approve early childhood budget amendment 1 fiscal year 2024. Motion,
So moved.
Mark.
Second.
Second by Larry. Comments or questions? All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Approve Tennessee All Corps budget fiscal year 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Tommy? Second?
Second.
Second by Gary. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. A motion to approve 3.202 Exhibit A, safety drill log. I have a motion.
So moved.
Minnie,
Second.
second by Tommy. Is this, what is that?
Well, Daniel we have to have a bus safety drill annually that's been added to this, bus safety.
We was added to that drill log.
Got you, okay, okay.
I mean, if you look.
There's a lot of drills for us to do, so this is adding one for a bus, right?
Yeah, I mean, Larry knows all,
Yeah, I
all the
mean-
drills. I mean, it's just one more that you gotta do, plus try to have school, you know, so.
Man,
Just-
alive.
Maybe we ought to come in 15 minutes early for drills.
And we've got to document all this, so drills.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. A motion to approve FFA field trips for Chuckie-Doke High School and other high schools.
So moved.
I'll make the motion.
I've got Stacy and Tommy.
That's correct.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion to approve Air Force Junior ROTC annual field trips.
I'll make the motion.
Tommy,
Second.
second by Gary. Any comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion to approve 2023-24 discipline hearing authority. Have a
So
motion? Got Gary,
Second.
second by Tommy. Any comments or questions? Is this changing the authority there, or whether?
Anything over 5-day placement, no, 10-day placement and alternative site, then the parents have, due process of notifying this office within 5 days for a discipline hearing authority,
Okay, so
DHA, so he
we
has
have to approve
approve
this
that
every year. Got you.
Every year it's
Okay.
gotta be approved by the
Got you.
board.
Got you.
Now, let me question, if they appeal to this group
Mhm.
and they don't like that, then they come to us, is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Y'all better be good with it.
Bill sounds enthusiastic. You get a lot of practice. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign.
Make Bill's face turn red.
A motion to approve 2023-24 Resilient School Committee's grant budget. Have a motion?
So moved.
Gary,
Second.
second by Mark. Any comments or questions? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion to approve out-of-state field trip request.
So move.
Got Larry, second by Stacy. Okay. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion to approve technology items for surplus. Do I have a motion?
Yep, I mean, don't say no.
So moved.
Second.
Got Gary, who seconded over? Mark?
Mark.
Any comments or questions?
What's a
All-
pasta desktop?
I'm sorry?
What's a pasta desktop?
So it's, for a long time, ETSU had a program where they took their computers out of the university on. We've been a big benefactor of a lot of their desktop computers for free.
Mm-hmm.
We've utilized out in the school for years. We probably received close to $1 million worth of those computers. But they're aging off and they don't have desktops to give us anymore, but that's
Okay.
when you see a pasta machine, our guys know that is the ETSU pasta. They're gonna get support.
Thank you for explaining
We'll
that.
have a lot of money.
I think we was talking about some type of spaghetti on top of it.
You just getting hungry, Gary. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign. All right, going to the addendum. Approve 4.301 Exhibit C, Athletic Fan Code of Conduct. Have a motion?
I've got a couple of comments, Mr. Chairman. I think this is great. And a lot of times we see things on this board that we have to try to head off that probably are never gonna happen. But this one's gonna happen. Okay? And in reading what we've attempted to do here, and I've got it pulled up 2 different places. I drew back a stub one time when, on the red wording on that exhibit, it talks about, we talk about on this exhibit, banning that fan for 2 games until they pay the $250 fine that the school has to pay, and that's a TSSAA thing. And until they pay that, they can't come back. And then we go on to say in that exhibit, if it happens more than once, then the fan is not allowed on any Greene County School property for the remainder of the year. I'd like to, I don't know if we have to rewrite it, if we have to, whatever we have to do, that fan needs to be, it needs to be in policy that that fan is notified by registered letter. Because I banned a person from my campus one time, and when it wound up in court, I had not given by the Attorney General. Maybe these guys over here can address that issue.
We, if it's a school, if the principal issues a letter, we serve the letter on, and if it's a district level, David writes the letter, and I serve the letter on, and have it signed that they receive the letter. It's how currently we've been doing it.
I don't think we need.
But that's, it's not in a,
Well, that's no problem. I mean, we can add that if the occurrence happens and the said fan is not allowed on any Greene County Schools property for the remainder of the year, they will be notified by certified letter.
okay.
Are you fine with that?
Yes.
To amend to that?
If we don't notify them, then it won't, if they challenge us in a court of law, it won't stand up. We don't notify them by certified letter.
Did you get that, Trina?
Yes, sir, I did.
Do we need to, have this announced at ball games, or we need to make the public aware that that is a policy now?
I haven't seen the new TSSAA pregame advertising reminders. I'm quite certain that's probably gonna be in it. Not
It
our
is.
policy, but the $250 fine per school for fan ejection. I'm sure that's gonna be in it. But I haven't seen them yet. They haven't sent them to me.
And just for clarity, if you're ejected, that's automatic, 250.
Yeah, but let me clarify that.
Yeah.
That's if you're ejected by an official. You
Yeah,
know,
correct.
the principals have the jurisdiction to eject you, but if you're ejected by the official, then the
Yeah.
$250 fine set on is to the school. So the reasoning for that, I would think, and Gary may comment more, or Larry too, involved in this more than probably most of us, that's probably where TSSAA is saying, hey, we want the schools to get this
Yeah.
under control before we have to.
Sure.
That's my assumption.
That's exactly right.
And
Yeah.
also too, in the actual verbiage, it also states that, you know, beyond the $250, there could be additional fines and disciplinary action. So, I mean, it could go beyond the $250, something that's beyond our control.
Sir?
So we're gonna add to the procedure or the exhibit,
Basically, that one.
certified letter.
Yeah, be notified by certified
Okay.
letter.
We are charged for it.
And then I'm assuming then when you get it, the ADs will get that and they'll disseminate it out.
Through the public announcers.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to make sure that all the student athletes, of course, we know how that goes. You take it home, it may never get there, so I'll just drop that suggestion.
Well, it's a very good thought process, but you're right, it'll never make it home.
Yeah, I just thought, well, that'd be great if we'll just get them, coaches could have them take it home, and some will get it, some won't. That's just how that goes, I guess.
across the doors.
Yeah. Yeah. I think basically what this is for is just to make sure that our schools don't end up having to foot the bill.
Sure. Who gets the $250?
It goes to
TSSAA.
Yeah, we don't even.
General operating fund.
It goes to TSSAA.
So when the schools still have to pay it. and this
Schools will
way-
have to pay it regardless.
Yeah, this way they get reimbursed the $250 they had to send
Yeah.
to Nashville or
Yeah.
Murfreesboro, wherever it's at.
Hermitage.
Just recoup
Hermitage.
that.
Lebanon.
And you also have to
Lebanon,
let the TSSAA know what actions you're taking you know, if it's an athlete or a parent of an athlete, from that ejection, well, having this in board policy is just a better step,
Yeah.
other than just having a meeting to go over guidelines.
Are they going to, sanction or fine us beyond this $250? Is there any way we can address that
I mean, it's possible,
and
but.
put it back
it's-
on the
it's-
fan?
Yeah, I think 250 is, if we're limiting that, you may wanna say 250 or, you know, I don't know what verbiage. you
Whatever
wanna
the fine
use.
is whatever the fine is.
At least.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like
just-
if they come back on the school with some big something,
I mean, they could.
yeah, they could. They very well could.
But it's $250 per.
Occurrence.
Person that's ejected.
Exactly.
So if there's a big brawl,
That's a pretty big hit on somebody.
Get them all.
school's gonna write a big check.
You got their partners in yours.
Well, technically, you know, just like you said, I mean, we could have a fight out in the stands. We could have a fight in the stands that carries out onto the floor. Of course, automatically, if they come out to the floor, they're automatically ejected. So if you've got 5 fans out here fighting, then the school's subject to what, $1,250 worth of fines?
You know, unless they can get them out of the gym before the referees do.
Yeah.
Well, any other comments or questions? So we're gonna add that verbiage to the end of the letter, okay? Anything else? All right, I need a motion then to approve 4.301 Exhibit C, Athletic Fan Code of Conduct with the addition of certified letter. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, now who got first? Let's see.
Gary, then Minnie.
Minnie. All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion approved Save the Children in Category Budget Amendment 001. Have a motion?
So moved.
Minnie? And I had a
Second.
second by Mark. Any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. Okay, we have a fall district meeting on Monday, August the 28th at 4:30 at West Ridge High School. And then our next meeting will be September the 28th here at the central office. Any,
That's 4:30 Monday. is that what
4:30,
time
that's what I've got on my, 4:30 Monday.
For the fall district.
Any other announcements or comments before we adjourn? So I got a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Out of
This-
Dodge.
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.
Good job. Good job.
So 47 minutes.
Not bad for you.
Oh, yeah, guys, here you got
Do you not vote?
a great board